here from Images by Eves, and today in my studio bathroom I have Annette from Almacdo Hair and Skincare. She has a fabulous and really inspiring story to tell. As I mentioned, Almacdo Hair and Skincare, you founded that
7 years ago.
7 years ago. So you've been on that startup journey already. But before we talk about your business, tell me a little bit about you.
Wow, I am mother of three.
Mother of three.
I am.
What ages have we got?
My oldest is 19. About to go to uni, and then I've got a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Okay, so a big difference there.
Big difference.
But I suppose the 19-year-old. Oh no, she's going off to university now.
She's going with glee. Yes.
She's skipping out. She's skipping out the front door. So, mother of three. Carry on.
I'm a Cambridge graduate, and I'm proud that my daughter was also going to be going to Cambridge.
Fantastic.
What else?
What did you study?
I did law, economics, and computer science, and yes, a mix. Long story. And well, she's going to be doing social and political science.
Okay.
I'm also an aromatherapist and a reflexologist and a Sister Locks hair consultant. So quite a few things.
Quite a few things. And when you started Almacdo, had you already received your training? What inspired you to start the business?
I have always been passionate about well-being and holistic health, and when I started Almacdo, I was actually still working in investment banking. Okay. But I used to get really stressed and then go and have complementary therapies. And on the side, and I've done this since I was a little girl, I used to do people's hair, and braids and locks and twists.
You were that girl?
That was me. People used to come and knock on my door and be like, "Can you do my hair quickly?" Yeah. So I'd done courses in both of those things just to be happy. And it reached a point where I thought, you know what? You can't always work for someone else. There are some people who are cut out for that, but I wasn't one of those.
So did you first go into industry that you studied your degree in, but you had your passion project on the side?
That's exactly it, yes. And then it got to the point where I thought I'd rather just always do my passion. I just want to do that. Can I make money, or can I live off of it? And I sat down and had to think about it, and then that's basically how Almacdo was born. I wanted to be able to spend time with my children. They are my principal.
Of course.
They're my everything. And I found that with the job that I had, I was practically paying someone, the nursery, the nanny, the au pair, to look after the children that I created, which seemed to me to be a bit silly.
Because you're working for your money to pay for childcare.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
And it just seems like, what was the point in having them if you're not even going to spend time with them? Very long hours during the day. So I thought, if I'm working for myself, I can dictate when I work and how I work. And as long as it's still paying the bills, I won't have that massive childcare bill anymore anyway, because I'll be there. But as long as it's still paying the bills, we'll be okay.
Yeah. So you've got the time freedom.
Yes.
To live a lifestyle that you want to live with your children.
Yes. So we can have enough. We don't have oodles and oodles and oodles the way we would have if I'd stayed in banking, but we have enough. And I think that's fine for me.
That's fine, and that deals with the part of the wellness side of things. So you started your business 7 years ago. What need did you find? You had a passion for aromatherapy and wellness, but what made you do? Was it the skincare first, or was it the hair?
The hair
services?
care definitely came first, and primarily because, people watching this today will be thinking, "Oh, there's loads of natural hair products. You're spoiled for choice now."
Not
7 years ago, no. I could probably think of Carol's daughter, and there wasn't really anything else UK based or in the States really, apart from Carol.
Absolutely.
Doing this or aimed at this particular market. So it was something that I thought, I'm getting really frustrated to pay an arm and a leg to bring Carol's daughter stuff over, and I can't find things I like as well here. So why not make it? Why not just try it? And I already had customers, hair clients that would do my side, make something. I'd go, "How do you like this? How's this working?" And the brand was built with a lot of input from other people. It wasn't just me in the back room doing that. it was trial and error, testing, even the aromas, the fragrances, different things that I was using.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, yeah, this is a winner. And they'd be like, no, don't make that.
No, that's great market research
Yeah.
there. And I suppose you're also trying on different hair textures, different
Yes.
hair types, different personalities.
Absolutely.
As well. So Almacdo was sort of born out of the need for natural hair care, and I totally, 100% understand, because this is the second time I'm transitioning. The first time I transitioned was in 2000, and there was no education about looking after your natural hair. I remember sitting in my hairdressers and they were using a fine tooth comb trying to pull my hair out, and I sat there almost crying. Obviously, I never went back, because I was like, I love my hairdresser, I love you, but you can't cope with what I'm going through at the moment. So you set up, and what's the journey been like? How has it been in terms of growing your business? You're still here. Most businesses fail after 3 years or before that.
I'm super proud of that. It hasn't been an easy road. I won't lie and tell anyone, it's a piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been. And for me, because my situation is that everything to start it, there was no business loan or anything like that, and I wasn't still working that I could say, well, this much of my salary I'm going to plow into the business. It's been completely self-funded, so it's gone from using all my savings, or practically all my savings, to then having to be self-sufficient. So sales will fund repurchasing ingredients, pay for the rent of my facility, all of that has to kind of be internal. It's not been an easy road, and particularly for UK brands, we have a lot of EU regulations that we needed to comply with. And along this 7-year journey, there was a time when we were being flooded by American brands, which did not have to, they weren't held to the same standard. And it was very frustrating. I think part of the lesson learned at the time was like, well, you can't watch that, you just have to do what you know you have to do, because the inspector will come and look at you.
Absolutely, they're knocking on your door.
Exactly. So it's been a long, hard journey, but because it's my passion and because it's something that I love, it hasn't been like pulling my eyeballs out kind of journey. It's just been like, that was a good day and this was not a good day, and tomorrow might be a good day.
What are the lessons I've learned from that in terms of if it was a bad day? And that's the way we've got to move. So tell me, what have been some of the, you mentioned the good days and the bad days. What have been some of the main challenges that you faced?
Two main things, I would say. Marketing, in terms of, you might go to a trade show, and as I've said, 7 years I've been around, and people go, oh, I've never heard of you. Why don't you do that? Like, someone's always got advice for you. But it's kind of sad when people haven't heard, and I think, I haven't just come on the scene. I have been doing this for a while. I need to work on the marketing, okay? But the bigger challenge I've found has been owning a hair brand. The skincare doesn't matter so much because people just look and they go, oh yeah, that's fine. But when you say, I'm selling hair products, they always go, and then try to look elsewhere, like if they didn't just look at your bald head. So it's been a major challenge being the bald-headed lady who's championing a hair care brand. There have been times where people have made comments that are off-key, that have been really hurtful, whether you're at a trade show or they've commented online on something that you've posted. That's been difficult to deal with. But 7 years down the line, I think it hurt more in year 2, 3, maybe even 4 than it does now, because now it's just like, well, whatever, I'm still here though. I
mean, we can talk about, I would like to talk about that a little bit more in part 2, because I'm going to split this interview up. And we can talk more about, your hair loss journey, because when you started at Almacdo, you had a full head of hair. Because I
had amazing hair.
So your brand didn't come out of your hair loss, which like some of the other ladies that you identified a need and you had a passion for hair and beauty. So just tell me a little bit more about your products and your services. Let's go for services first. You do your sister locks?
I do sister locks. I do natural hair management in terms of more helping to establish people find a hair care routine that works for them, as opposed to just saying, well, buy this, buy that. So management and assisting people to sort their hair out.
And what does that include? Does that you kind of go meeting for a consultation? You look through their hair and sort of like tell them what their hair... No, you tell me.
Well, you were doing so well. Having a consultation, just looking at it, some people always go, oh, my hair's so dry, or it's so rough and tough, and like I touch it, I'm like, actually, no. Maybe you're the toughest in your family, or you think that, or that's what you've been told when you were a child, but actually your hair is not tough and it's not coarse and it's not what you think it is. So sometimes when people hear that from someone else, they're like, oh, all right. Dryness is always something that people come to me with. Oh, my hair's so dry, it's so dry. And a lot of the time it's just because you're not using the right products, or you're using the right products but not in the right way. Or you could even be using too much of the right product. So it's trying to just...
too much is actually drying it out?
Yes.
The hair's getting greedy?
Yes. Or it's getting crispy because it's layers and it's not actually penetrating where it needs to go. So just helping people to sort out, work through what they've done, what they're not doing, how they can best get the results they want from what they already have, and or moving on to my brand or my product and saying, well, you could use this instead, or layer this with this, and this is how you use it. Sometimes I have customers who bought from me for years, and then they were like, oh, what do I use this for? And I'm like, oh, I've never heard of anybody using it the way you've just used it. That's an interesting use case.
Well, that's not the way I intended it to be used.
No, but thank you for teaching me something new. Yeah, there's just ways, and you talk to people and help them, and then they go away happy, off on their journey to either grow their hair or just maintain healthy hair. So there's that. I also do, aromatherapy, reflexology, and hot stone massage. That's just to do with people's well-being and helping them to release any blockages that they may have in their lives or in their bodies that are holding on to things. It's a nice way of getting it out, and I think that covers everything unless I've forgotten
in terms
something.
of services. And do you have a lab?
I have a lab in Woolwich. I'm really proud of my lab.
Why do you call it a lab and not a salon?
Because it's definitely not a salon. No. I work from home for hair care services, like doing to salons and stuff. That's from home. But my lab is my lab. It's my office. It's my manufacturing facility. It has a bit of a boutique at the front where people can come in and purchase products and have their consultations regarding their hair. But it's not a salon.
I understand now. It's a lab. It's a hair and skincare lab.
Yeah.
Tell me about your products then. What is your product range? Is it for a particular hair type, or from people, or is it across the board?
It's pretty much across the board because I had such a wide range of clients when I first started. It's primarily focused, like the hair care products are primarily focused at length retention. How? By making sure that your hair is not dry. So helping you to retain moisture, helping you to hydrate your hair, and helping you to seal that moisture in. So like the principle is moisturize, seal, protect. The products are all based around the hair care products. There's another hair care range or line within that which is focused on growing hair, recovering from alopecia, certain types of alopecia.
Of course, we're going to go into that.
Growing hair, strengthening hair, and stimulating growth. There's growth products. And then there's the skincare, which I would say is more catered to people with dry skin.
I like that.
That was an extension of the massage therapy and so on. But I had some friends whose baby had some really bad eczema, and they wanted something. And I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to formulate this, and I did it, and then they passed it on to their friends and their friends and their friends, and it became a bestseller. So they were like, you really have to push this, and haven't pushed it as much as I could, but it remains one of the strongest bestsellers that we have. And that's where the skincare line came from. Just keeping your skin nice, and definitely for moisturisers for women, men and children.
Fantastic. I just had a quick question with regard to hair care and protein. So I've noticed a lot of hair care brands, they're very much about keeping your hair moisturised, because although the information I provide for women of all colours, this particular series is about women with afro hair. So there's a lot of products on the market which deal with moisture, and I'm interested to find out more about protein, about putting protein into your hair. Do your products support that as well, or how can we put protein in our diet from a wellness point of view if your products don't support that so much?
Okay. That's why I'm a bit cold. Hopefully you'll be able to cut that bit out. And I'll give you time to stick this bit back on.
No problem.
Okay. Yes, my products contain protein, not all of them, but some of them. Protein is very important in helping to retain moisture and also in filling in the gaps in our cuticles. So if we had a fairly rough cuticle, because cuticle can be raised, which makes your hair feel rough.
Right.
And it can also look dull. What you want to do is kind of smooth it out. So if you don't break the bonds of the hair, which is what like a relaxer would do to kind of make it feel soft and silky, right? If you don't want to go to that level, all you want to do is gently fill in those gaps as far as possible, or as mildly as possible, temporarily.
Right.
So protein can do that, and by filling in the gaps, it can also trap moisture within the hair strand. So that's how it will help you to, you know, keep your hair moisturized. The problem with protein is if you have too much protein, your hair will feel dry and brittle and become stiff. So it's a fine balance, absolutely. What you can do naturally to put protein in your hair, avocado, coconut oil actually has protein, but that's also why some people have problems with coconut oil. If you use too much, it gets a bit crunchy. That's too much protein in your hair. Milk.
Okay.
And I was going to say beer, but we'll stay away from beer. But eggs. This is why some people wash their hair with eggs, or why you have a mayonnaise treatment or an egg treatment. It's to just add some protein. To your
So
hair.
if you want to use, if you've got an all natural lifestyle, if you're not sort of like vegan or vegetarian, you can use eggs or milk, coconut, and avocado, which are products I'm sure is full of. Okay, so we've come to the end of part 1. Part 2, we're going to go into more of Annette's hair journey, talking about more about her hair loss and the reasons for that and how she dealt with it. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that, please subscribe, follow, connect with us. Annette, is there any social media handles you want to shout out there?
You can just search Almacdo on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube and Facebook.
Okay, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.